In this video, we're going to take a look at the threshold adjustment layer. Now, what threshold is going to do, if we just go ahead and apply it, so jump over here, drop on a threshold, this gives you a two-tone effect that you can use the little slider and control what point along the histogram you want to sample. So everything to the right of the little pointer gets mapped out to white, everything to the left is mapped out to black, and that's pretty much it. Now, I could go ahead and end the video there, but earlier today I was using this and somebody passed the room and they were like, well, what would you even use that for anyway? So I thought I'd go ahead and just come up with a really quick example, kind of to burn up some time, but also to show you a new trick. So let's go ahead and create a solid color layer, which I'll make some brilliant shade of reddish orange, kind of like the color of this little chrysanthemum thingy. I'll put it on top of everything, and I'm going to hide it for the time being. We don't really need it at the moment. Now, let's come back over here to our threshold, and I'll start off really dark. So something way to the left of the histogram. I'm going to hit Control A, Control Shift C, and then I'll go up to my color fill layer, hit Control V, paste that on top. Now, that layer that I just added, watch this. We're going to set this over to multiply. Okay, cool. Now, let's do this again. I'll hide out those two layers on top. Let's go back to our little threshold here. And we'll slide this to about midway across. Give or take. Actually, let's do about right about there. So not quite to the middle, as you can see. Let's hit Control A, not that. Control A, Control Shift C. And once again, we'll paste on top. Now let's make both these guys visible. I'll take this new layer, also set it to multiply. But I'm going to bring its opacity down about 50%. Next, let's hide all of that back out. Let's go back down to our threshold, and I'll bring things up to about here. Actually right about there. There we go. And we'll do the same thing, Control A, Control Shift C, go up to the very top layer, paste. Now this time, however, we're going to do something a little different. So we'll show everybody. We're going to set this to additive. I'm going to pull the opacity down to about 50%. And you're starting to see how this works, aren't you? Let's go ahead and just hide everything else out. Like so. And we'll go back to our threshold one last time and set this just to the very whitest edge. So where we have just the tips of the leaves here. Once again, Control A, Control Shift C. Go up here to the very top. Control V. We'll also set that over to add. And let's just turn everything on. And now we have this nicely handled posterized effect where we were able to control exactly how many levels we wanted to have and where those levels were sampled. So again, I realize it's kind of more of an interesting effect than anything else, but if you're kind of curious as to how you could employ the threshold adjustment layer and how you can get a result out of that, then here's certainly one way to do it. That will wrap things up for this video. Thanks a lot.